Hi, hello everybody. Welcome to my channel. My name is Sky Fox. Thank you so much for being here today. Today we are going to be looking at the I don't know if this is backwards you. The Complete Tarot and Oracle Journal published by Rockpool. This was a gift from a friend at work, and it was so random and unexpected. I don't know. Oh, I guess I don't know if it was random. I was showing them a deck that I had just purchased. And all of a sudden she was like, I gotta run home on my break. And then she came back and then boom, she had brought me this book. And I was like, fuck, that's so sweet. That's so, so sweet. And so I thought it would be fun for us to look at it together and do a spread from one of the spreads in the book. Now, I have kind of flipped through this and it's pretty fancy. I don't know if this is something that I would have necessarily purchased on my own accord, but I'm happy to have it. So this is the book. It's really nice. It's a huge hardcover book, and it's got these little clasps to hold the book together. It kind of looks like a grimoire. And then it has some really nice, beautiful foil. I don't know if you would call that foil. It's kind of raised and it's shiny, blingy, blingy. And on the back it says, unlock the secrets behind the mystical art of card readings. Record your progress with this beautiful journal. It says a couple more things, but blah, blah, blah. It's a tarot journal. And I don't know if I'm gonna use it. Like, to be quite honest. I'm not like a super arts and crafty kind of person, but I feel like this book, like, come on, like the pages have the pages are gilded, like, come on. So I don't know. It's kind of like, I don't want to mess it up or just put in my like chaotic journaling process in here. And I know that that doesn't matter, but I feel like this is already so aesthetic that I would want to fill it out in an aesthetic way. And I don't think that I'm that person. I just don't think that I am. But it's cool. Like, it has like a belong to kind of a situation, introduction, how to use the journal, note sections for the thing, and it has examples for like example readings to show how to fill it out. So like your location, the moon phase, the date, the time, the spread, all of that stuff. So I feel like it would be really good for like an absolute beginner. I don't know if I would necessarily call myself a beginner at this point. I've been studying and working with the tarot for like a year and a half now. So I mean, like, what is a beginner, intermediate, advanced tarot reader anyway? I don't know. If I was trying to tickle my own fancy, I would call myself an intermediate reader. I don't know. Anyway, that feels weird. So, how to pick a deck, a sample practice. Okay. And then it basically has like three different sections, 3 or 4 different sections. It has your card of the day, where all of the pages basically look like this. You can pick out, you can pull, oh my God. You can write down the card that you pulled for the day and then notes about the card of the day. You could also do that with a regular journal, which is kind of what I do anyway. So I'm like, okay, you know, and then it has card spreads. This is kind of why I wanted to make this video, because it has outlines of a bunch of different spreads. It has 1 card readings, So card of the day, focus on this, yes or no, general advice, help, help with an exclamation point. So a bunch of 1 card readings, 2 card spreads, 3 card spreads, and then multi-card spreads. I don't know. I know some people are weird about sharing spreads in books, especially from like independent creators when they have special spreads in their guidebooks and stuff that comes with the deck that they have created. And I respect that. So I don't know. And I guess I'm not going to go through all of the spreads, but it has some cool stuff in here. I think it has full moon spreads, new beginnings, a hallowed mirror spread, a reset. Some of them in here, I'm not going to lie, I'm kind of like not impressed by the positions and the numbers, but let me see if I can find an example. Like this one's a good one. Like the self-reflection. It's a 7-card spread. The first card, your current situation. Card 2, your fears around it. Card 3, your wishes and wants around it. Card 4, your insecurities. Card 5, how to overcome your fears. Card 6, how to achieve your wishes and wants. Card 7, the solution to ease your insecurities. I do like spreads, and I do like formulating questions for my own spreads when I'm working through things, and this can definitely be a really good jumping off point. But I typically like to sit with a situation or what I'm feeling, journal about it, kind of get all of it out on paper, and then reflect on that and kind of formulate my questions based off of what I've been processing. Oh, this is a cool one, a frustration spread. See, this is what I mean. This is what I mean. Like, okay. So there's a frustration spread in here. It's an 8-card spread. And card 1, the first 3 cards are why you feel upset. So you get 3 cards for why you feel upset. And then the next 3 cards, 4, 5, and 6, are the other party's view. Card 7, how the frustration can be resolved, option 1. And then card 8 is a second option for a resolution. And I'm like, okay. Like I could, I don't know. You see, like, I guess I could see how that could be like beneficial, but I feel like it can be a little bit more nuanced than that. And I get it. Like you put the 3 cards down, those 3 cards, especially if you're using tarot, are going to tell a particular story. They're going to bring up certain meanings for you to interpret and make and get your brain thinking in a particular way based on the arrangement of those cards. But I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I know what I'm saying. This one's cool. The Ancient Pyramid. It's a 9-card spread. Card 1, goal or desire. Card 2, divine advice. 3, an obstacle for the next step. 5, card 5, current status. Card 6, recent event. See, this is what I mean. Okay, I'm sorry. Let's start over. So card 1, your goal or your desire. Card 2, divine advice. And then an obstacle. And then the next step. And then card 5 is current status. So I guess that would be the current status of your goal or desire, or kind of where things are. But then card 6, a recent event. Card 7, past event. Card 8, another past event. And card 9, purpose. I'm just like, something about that just doesn't add up in my head. But whatever. It has a lover's spread, wheel of the year. Anyway, it has a buttload. And then the next section is my spreads. and it has a bunch of different empty layouts with different number of cards for you to create and design your own spreads, which I think is pretty cool. So like this one's a 5-card spread, right? Yes, and this one's a 5-card spread. It has space up here where you can illustrate the spread layout. And then this one, for example, has 12 positions. So you could potentially do a 12-card spread. And then it kind of goes back and forth based on that, which I think is kind of cool. And then after that, it has, the end of it is basically just a format for you to be able to document your readings. So that's the book. It's pretty. I don't know if I'm going to use it or not. I think I might go through and like look at some of the spreads and maybe reformulate some of them and kind of get inspiration from them to see about creating my own spreads. I go back and forth on spreads. I feel like where I am with spreads right now, I feel like they have anchored my readings. I feel like they have given them kind of a sense of direction. But then like in the collective readings that I've done here on this channel, I haven't done any spread positions. I've just kind of have laid down cards and have started talking and see whatever comes out. And I do like that kind of flowy, let's just see where it goes. So I think both are good. I think both are valid. And I do want to explore both, but I definitely feel myself, especially here on this channel and as far as like the collected readings that I go, preferring more of just kind of a freestyle spread. But I wanted to show this book and I thought it would be fun to do one of the spreads in here with this deck. This is the most recent deck in my collection. It's a Ciro Marchetti deck. I hope that's how you say that. I've heard it pronounced, his name, I've heard it pronounced several different ways. I'll just show you that really quick. So I'm using the Tarot Grand Luxe. This is the, like I was saying, the most recent deck that's come into my collection. It's a mass market deck by Ciro Marchetti. It's a US Games production. And I have wanted a Ciro Marchetti, oh my God. I've wanted a Ciro deck for a while. And this was the one out of the ones that I was looking at different reviews online that I kind of felt the most drawn to. I do have to just say though, I was kind of a little crazy when I got it in and opened it, and I opened it too fast. And I don't even think you're going to be able to see, but it's like I can see it and I know it's there. I opened it too fast and I scraped up like one of their, yeah, it's so fine. You're not even going to be able to see it. But I scraped one of my cards. And it wasn't bad, but it definitely left a mark right on the edge. And I was like, you know what? Like, this deck has black. So it has like a border around the card. This is the King of Cups, pretty sure. King of Cups. And then it has this really nice framed metallic kind of a border around it, but then it has the black on the edge. So I was like, you know what? I wanted to edge this deck black anyway, and that'll just take care of that. And it'll hide my little mistake, I guess, that I did. I don't know. I try to be careful with my decks, and I definitely have a sense of like my precious when it comes to decks, and like wanting them to like look nice and be good. But then also at the same time, it's like these decks are going to get used. They're going to get worn in. And I do try to be, I mean, I'm a riffle shuffler most of the time. That's my preferred method of shuffling. And my cards have held for the most part. The cardstock on this doesn't feel the best. It feels decent. Like, it feels all right. I love this Temperance card. Yeah, she's like come out of this portal. There's like 2 portals, and she's holding up the vessels and is bringing them into balance. That's cool. So, anyway, the punchline of that was I'm sad that I kind of had messed up my deck. But I think this was the deck that I was showing my friend that I was like, oh, I just got this deck and it's like on its way. And then she ran home and got me this book. And I was like, bet. So I thought, let's do a spread out of the book with this deck. I thought that could be fun. Okay. And I think the spread that I want to do is the elemental variation. Now, this spread exists outside of this journal. I think it's a very common spread that people use to understand different situations from different... Is elemental dignity is the right way to say that? So that's the spread that I saw that I want to use. And I don't think I've ever actually done a successful elemental variation spread where you pull a card for each one of the elements. So we're going to see what happens. But it says it's spread number 35, the elemental variation. It's a 5-card spread. Focus on a current situation or problem. Do not separate the suits as per spread 34. Instead, every answer relates to the different elements. So in the previous one, it's a different elemental spread, but you separate the 4 suits. And then you shuffle each suit individually and then pull from there. This one is a variation of that where you just shuffle all of the cards together and whatever card comes up is what's expressed through that elemental persuasion. So card 1 is your current situation. Card 2, how you can deal with your feelings around your current situation. So that's for the water. Card 3, how you can work with your mind to find a solution for air. Card 4, how you can use your passion to benefit the situation with fire. And then card 5, how you can work spiritually to improve the situation. So I guess you could say that would be like a major card. Yeah. So anyway, let's do it. Let's start shuffling some cards because, oh my God, 18 minutes and I feel like I've just kind of been blabbing. Yeah, okay. So this is just gonna kind of be a sample reading. Like, I'm not intending it to be a collective reading, but of course, if you're watching this and the information that comes up in here is resonant for you, lean in with some curiosity and see how it is helpful and what you can take away from it and leave the rest. So, yeah. This deck has a pretty nice shuffle to it. Ooh, I feel like... I mean, I know it's just a sample reading, but I feel like I still want some Palo Santos. Sorry. I'm going to take a minute. I feel like I could kind of use some too. Thank you, Palo. Thank you, Palo. A little bit more. Thank you for cleansing me. Thank you for cleansing this deck. Thank you for cleansing this space. Here, you get some too. Okay. All right, let's shuffle one more time. And then we'll cut the deck. Okay, card 1, your current situation. Just starting right off the top with a banger, we have the Ten of Swords. I love this card. Oh my God, it's so beautiful. I really enjoy the masculine energy in this deck. This deck does feel pretty balanced, but just, I mean, look at that. I mean, I do love the male form, what can I say? But like, oh my God. Like, that's so beautiful. So the current situation right now, there's been some kind of dramatic ending that has definitely left you feeling wounded. It's been a really difficult situation. It's been really heavy on your mind to navigate. Maybe it's been a betrayal. Maybe there's been a breakup or a friendship lost, or a parting of ways, you know, with maybe a situation. It doesn't even have to be like a relationship in your life. It could be a specific pattern that you knew hasn't been good for you. Maybe it's the surrendering of some kind of addiction, and that has been cut away. It's been cleared away. And it might have felt dramatic, but the worst is over now. And now is really important to find a time of rest, to take a pause and maybe a little bit of non-action, and just kind of be gentle with yourself and love on yourself a little bit. Reflect on how everything has happened and just kind of let the dust settle a little bit. So that is the current situation. So card number 2, how you can deal with your feelings around the current issue. Oh my God, that's beautiful. We have the 6 of Cups. It's really time to find your joy again. How did that specifically word that? How you can deal with your feelings around your current issue. So how you can deal with your feelings. I mean, I was gonna say, it feels kind of obvious to say love up on your inner child. You know, find a sense of playfulness. Like, the world has not ended, even though it has felt like it. There is something or someone around you that can help you spark joy and find a sense of calm and a sense of peace in the little things that can bring you back to this sense of innocence and help you find a bit of joy, like lighting a candle in the dark, sitting around a warm fire, reading a good book, going and taking a walk with, you know, a best friend, and just kind of talking about everything and nothing. Like, not everything has to be so serious all the time. Like, where can you find a sense of play in this and really lighten the load so that it's not so emotionally dense? When you can find a sense of playfulness and it raises that vibration, when everything is so heavy, the energy is just moving so slowly. And we really sit and ruminate over everything. And we overthink and we get a little crazy. But when we're in that playful flow state of innocence with that childlike sense of wonderment, things and connections and thought patterns and processes and emotions are processed so much more quickly. And so if we can find a sense of play, find that innocence within us and within others, then we will raise our frequency, and we will experience quicker shifts because that energy is going to be moving at a higher vibration. That's kind of what I'm getting from that. Okay. Card number 3, how you can work with your mind to find a solution. We have the Lovers. I think that's a beautiful Lovers card. So with the Lovers, I feel like there's really a sense of grace that is being asked to be leaning into right now. Grace with the fact that we're just all out here trying our best. No one knows what's going on in the grand scheme of things. Excuse me. No one knows what's going on in the grand scheme of things. And so as human beings, we're always trying to make meaning. We're observing patterns consciously and unconsciously, and we're trying to make meaning. We have an identity. We have a sense of separation. It's me and you and others. And so I feel like the Lovers is asking you to work with your mind with a sense of grace, of giving yourself grace that you have tried the best that you could with the choices that you have made, and also giving other people the same, I want to say benefit of the doubt, but not benefit of the doubt as in like you have to stay around that person if you feel like they're no longer good for you in your life, but understanding that people make choices. I think and this is just me and my perspective, but I think that people are just doing the best that they can generally with the circumstances they are in, and make choices based off of the best possible outcome of what they feel they have control over in their situations with their choices. And so even if someone makes a choice that you feel like wrongs you or has directly negatively impacted you, there's a level of forgiveness that once that is made, it frees you. It doesn't, it frees you first and foremost. It doesn't absolve people of their actions. I don't know if I used that word correctly, but it doesn't like justify people's actions, but it frees you from holding on so tightly to the hurt of the consequences of the choices of other people. So I feel like that is the main message coming through with the Lovers, is really having a sense of grace for yourself and the choices that you have made, and also for other people and the choices that they have made. And understanding that we can make new choices, we can make new commitments, we can commit to ourselves, we can commit to our own healing, we can commit to our own sacred destiny, if you want to call it that, and chart forward on a new path, choosing to still look at the world through a lens of love and operating through a sense of a higher frequency and not letting yourself be jaded. So let's move on. Let's move on. How can you use your passion to benefit the situation? Okay. That card was supposed to go up here. I'm not laying it out in the way that the spread has it, so I'm kind of getting lost. Okay. So how can you use your passion to benefit the situation? Wow. Okay. This is a really good, like, we have really good cards coming up for this reading. So for the card 4, for the Suit of the Wands, how can you use your passion to benefit the situation? We have the 5 of Wands. So the 5 of Wands is in the elemental fire suit, and it's a, what's the word that I'm looking for? It's a, it's a tester. Like, it's a disruptor. That's the word that I'm looking for. 5s are all about disruption, disrupting the balance, disrupting the stability, the stagnation, the comfortability that we are in, and pushing us and moving us in new ways that can often be uncomfortable, to be able to grow and expand and evolve and do all the things. So we have the 5 of Wands, and the 5 of Wands is all about different elements of passion and fire and personality all kind of coming together and mixing and mashing and mingling, and it has usually a sense of like competition and entanglement and like not as drastic of a conflict as like the 5 of Swords, but can definitely, everyone's kind of jockeying for a position. Everyone thinks that their perspective, that their passion, that their energy is the most valuable in the situation. And so it's kind of like too many cooks in the kitchen. So how can you use your passion to benefit the situation? It feels like this is saying, don't let the painful emotional experience of a hard ending keep you from living your life. This life is all about the entanglement with others. It's all about the relationship with others. And so, like, get in there and let your voice be known, let your voice be heard, and don't like back down. Don't chicken away from conflict or from competition, because when you can surrender to the knowing that, you know, if you can surrender to the knowing that all of it is a grand illusion, that we're playing out this illusion of duality, of separation, but at the end of the day, we're all one interconnected, conscious, unified sort of being, then there is no good, there is no bad, there is no winner, there is no loser. There's just experience, there's just content. And this content is what makes life interesting and zesty and sensual and yummy and all of that. So it's like, don't let this 10 of Swords, this painful experience, keep you from living your life and taking risks and putting yourself out there, I feel like is what the 5 of Wands is saying. Okay, card number 5, how you can work spiritually to improve the situation. This is beautiful. I'm sorry. We have the Strength card. Yes. So how can you how you can work spiritually to improve your situation? You can be courageous. You can still find your softness. You can this is my birth card, by the way. But you can face the difficult situations in your life. You can face the challenges in your life, and you can still allow your will to be expressed through your consciousness. You can still allow your will. I think what happens sometimes with the like situations like the 10 of Swords, like where you've been wronged or someone's tested you or poked you or hurt you in some way, we really want to be reactive. We want to yell, we want to scream, we want to hurt them back, we want to be mad, we want to we feel all of the force of the emotional passion of the human experience, and we want to just let it all hang out, you know? And the strength is all about giving those emotions validity, not suppressing those emotions, but harnessing and channeling those emotions in a conscious way where you are making conscious choices that are still benefiting you and the others around you. There is something to be said about sacred rage and allowing these intense emotional energies to move through you, but channel it into a different form or channel it through a very specific medium. Write a letter, write poetry, write a song, you know, get proactive, stand for a cause. Like donate your time and your energy to something. Like if someone has wronged you or hurt you physically, you know, joining a group or an advocacy group or a support group for other people that have gone through the same thing. Be a safe space for somebody else that's gone through something like that. You know what I mean? So I feel like that is a very, excuse me. Sorry, I tried to wait long enough until after I ate my dinner to make this video. If you really want the real. Yeah. So I think that's beautiful. I think this was a really, really beautiful reading. So I hope that whoever's watching this, if this does resonate with you, I hope that it's been helpful in some way. I hope it was fun. I don't know. This is my first time doing like a show and tell kind of a situation, and this book is fun. I don't know exactly how it's gonna fit into my practice or what I'm gonna do with it, but it's really nice, and it was a really, really beautiful, kind thing for my friend to do to support me, show that she supports me in my work with the tarot. So yeah, that was the Elemental Variation spread from the tarot, from the Complete Tarot and Oracle Journal by Rockpool Publishing. And a reading from there, and a reading from this journal using the Ciro Marchetti Tarot Grand Lux. So I'm going to stop it here, I think. Thank you so much for being a part of this, and I would love it if you could maybe like this video, leave a comment, subscribe, and let me know what you thought of the reading. Would you have interpreted the cards in a different way? Do you have this book? What are your thoughts on it? Do you have any recommendations for how to use it? Like, do you just scribble in it? Do you like put stickers? Like, I don't know. Let me know, and I'll see you all in the next video. Thanks. Bye.